So this is the $10 knockoff of the dbrand KILLSWITCH case. It's cheap, but is it still worth it? Let's find out in today's video. Alright, so it didn't take too long and we already have a lot of knockoffs for the dbrand KILLSWITCH case for the Steam Deck, which you probably already heard about because it was a big deal when they announced it. Then they had an issue when they had to return all the money because of an issue with the kickstand. To be honest, I really wanted to order one. I put a pre-order, but then I decided to cancel it because in the end I thought it's a bit too expensive. But this case over here has one important thing that I really like, and actually that was the reason why I wanted to buy the KILLSWITCH in the first place. So first thing first, let's look at the case. As you can see here, it also has a front cover like the dbrand KILLSWITCH, and actually you could order that one separately. It wasn't part of the cheapest bundle, but this replicates pretty well that front plate. Another important aspect that we already have over here, it's the kickstand. It's not magnetic by any means, but it is a functional kickstand and the Steam Deck doesn't have one on its own. To be honest, these were the main two reasons why I would consider the KILLSWITCH case: the kickstand and the front plate cover. So let's remove the front plate. And as you can see over here, it's not the easiest process, but it is functional in the end. So once we remove this part, then we have a pretty standard case, which it feels okay. I mean, you can tell that it's pretty cheap, and even though you can use it standalone, it's pretty plasticky. The materials are decent. I mean, for the price, I think it's right there, and it also feels nice in the hand. So if you want to add just a bit of extra protection, you could do that pretty easily, and it does cover all around. The buttons are pretty clicky, and this is something that I really like. We do have cutouts over here. It's not the thickest one, so you can also plug in any docks that has a 90 degrees USB-C cable. So from that point of view, it's pretty decent. If you don't have a case, you just want to add some extra protection, and especially for the $10 price, you cannot really miss. I still prefer the plastic of the Steam Deck, which is already pretty cheap. This one adds a bit of gloss, and it is a bit more slippery. It does add a bit of grip, which feels pretty good in the hand, but I think it's also a bit slippery because of a different type of plastic than the Steam Deck. As a standalone case, not the best one, but still pretty decent. For the $10, you cannot go wrong. Then, moving on the back, again the cutouts are pretty great, so no issues there. And we also have this kickstand over here. As I said, this is not magnetic like the dbrand one. It's pretty standard, pretty decent. You can just extend it from the bottom like this, and as you can see, we have two metal hinges, one that is moving. Hopefully you can see this. If you extend it to the maximum, then you'll have a satisfying click, and now it's in position. Then you can put it like that. There are no issues, no worries of it falling down. You cannot really use it in different position because it doesn't really hold the weight of the Steam Deck. Most of the time you'll have to extend it to the maximum, and once you are done, you'll just push it back. Again, a satisfying click, and that's it. So a pretty standard kickstand. Again, not the best one, but it is functional. But if you just want a kickstand, you can just extend it, put it on the table, bring your controller, and then you can play it like this. Then we have this front cover, which actually was the main thing that got my eye from the dbrand one, because the case that comes with the Steam Deck is pretty bulky. Don't get me wrong, it adds a lot of protection, but if you want to take the Steam Deck in your backpack, it can be quite heavy and also fill up a lot of room in your backpack. So I was trying to get something different, very minimalistic. So I was looking into something like this. This can protect your Steam Deck if you put it in the backpack, because it will cover the screen and also the button, and especially the joysticks over here. So if you put it on the Steam Deck, the installation is not that hard. Removing it, that's another story. But once you set it up, as you can see, it adds a protection, especially to the joysticks. It will not come off very easily, so I'm not worried, and I actually used this for traveling for the past couple of weeks and I didn't have any issues with it. So this front plate is my go-to protection whenever I'm traveling. The thing is that I had a couple of cases for the Steam Deck which I enjoyed a lot more than this regular one. So in the end, my go-to combo, it's a bit different than this. Before I show you that, let's take the cover off. You'll just remove this lip over here and then you'll have to slide it a bit. You'll have to get used to it a bit, but in the end it's pretty functional. So removing it, even though it's not the easiest thing, is still not an issue, but it may be something that you need to consider. And what I'm using is a TPU case, pretty normal, pretty standard, but I like the grip. I don't even remember the name, and actually that's not the goal of this video. I can just slide the Steam Deck easily inside, as you can see, especially since it's not plastic, then it will be easier to install it. The grip of it, it's really good, especially with this carbon look-alike material over here. I like the cutout for the Valve logo, the cutouts for the buttons, and also the volume and power button are pretty clicky. So this is something that I always come back to. And funny enough, I can still use this front plate with this case. It's not a perfect fit, and you'll see in a minute. But as you can see, the installation, it's almost the same as this case. Yeah, of course, you'll have a bit of cutouts over here, but as you've already seen in this video, this also is not perfect with the initial case. Well, maybe one thing is that you do have the cutouts over here and you can still see the Steam Deck. This one adds a bit of more cover around the corners, just so it will fill up this gap over here. But for me, that's not an issue. The screen is protected, the joysticks especially are protected, so this is something that I actually use in this moment. So for the past couple of weeks, this is my combo that I use whenever I'm traveling. I just need something to protect the screen and especially the joysticks, and this is perfect for me. Don't get me wrong, this may not be for everyone. I know for sure I have a couple of friends that said that they will not do this, they still prefer the bulky case that comes with the Steam Deck. But for me, this is what I was looking for. So maybe this is also something that you would like to consider. This isn't a sponsored video. I just bought this from AliExpress. There are a lot of similar cases like this one already. I'm happy with the end result. And again, removing it can be just a bit difficult, but once you get used to it, then you should be fine. Alright, I think I rambled enough for just a basic case. I just wanted to show you my personal opinion. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see similar like this. I will feature other cases in the future, so please consider subscribing if you are interested in any Steam Deck content. I am posting weekly, so thank you for watching. This is the Tech Unravel, and I'll catch you in the next video.